here. Welcome to my channel. This is week 9 of my Mounjaro journey. I'm posting this a little bit later than I normally do. It's just been a busy weekend. I lost £2 this week. Again, happy. I can't complain about that at all. My total weight loss is 14.5 pounds. I'm very happy with that, and 9 weeks in, seeing 14.5 pound off, I've started to kind of like make calculations in my head about if I continue on the same path, you know, what my weight loss might be by Christmas or next year, or you know, I'm looking at events I've got coming up. My daughter's graduation from university is next year, so you know, I'm starting to think realistically about some goals, some dates, and that's very exciting. I'd love to know if you're doing the same. Please share in the comments. This week was my second week on 7.5, and if you remember from my post last week, I was suffering a little bit with a reaction at the injection site. So I did everything that the doctor suggested. I used the Flonase spray on the area. I also had some Benadryl, which I took afterwards, and I still had a reaction. It was just a little bit more delayed. The previous times it's been almost instant, or I take the injection in the evening and the reaction is very apparent when I wake up the next day. This time it took a couple of days to come out, but it was again pretty unbearably itchy. So this week, which I will be posting about next week and sharing my video on that, I actually for the first time tried my stomach as the injection site, so I will let you know. And also I took the Benadryl before the injection, so I will let you know how you know, how that's panning out for me in my next video. But yes, I've still got the concern of the reaction at the injection site. So I actually wanted to discuss today how the experience of being on Mounjaro compares to other diets I have been on. First of all, the weight loss every single week. The lowest I've lost was 0.5. The highest I've lost on Mounjaro is 3.5. But I've lost every week. Any other diet I have ever been on in my life, I've had some weeks where I lose nothing, some weeks where I put on. So that's the first big comparison I have experienced. The second one is the desire to think about food, appetite, and hunger. On Mounjaro, I mean, I can explain it to you because the people watching this video, most of you are probably all on your Mounjaro journey, but it's all of that must still be there. The hunger, the appetite, it must still be there because that's biologically who I am, and my body's reaction to eating a lot less, but I'm not feeling it. It's almost like when you go to the dentist for some dental work and the injections worked so well, you can feel what's going on. You know the sensation. It's almost like, you know, it's uncomfortable. You know exactly what the dentist is doing in your mouth. So I know exactly how my body is reacting to less food, or, you know, to hunger. I know exactly that my body probably wants the chocolate cake, or, you know, but at the same time it's just dulled. You're aware of it, but it's dulled. It's also not there. It's a very hard thing to get your head around. I would really love to hear how other people can compare it with other diets that they've been on. And the hunger is really something that's huge with other diets. Now, we have all, anyone that's dieted before will have all seen or maybe tried diets that say, if you follow this diet, you won't feel hungry. You know, you'll just lose weight. You've just got to follow the diet. Well, I call BS on that, because at the end of the day, every single diet works by eating less. You eat less calories, you will lose weight. And I am sure I am not alone in saying I've woken up in the night a little bit hungry on a diet, or I've had trouble sleeping because I'm hungry, or I'm tearing the walls looking at my watch thinking I really need to eat. What time is my next meal time? I can't stomach having another carrot or another bunch of grapes, or something that you think will fit in with the calorie counting that you're doing. Mounjaro takes all of that away. It takes away all of the stress, all of the internal hunger pains. It takes away the sensation of your body adjusting. It really is quite amazing. That's my perspective. That's my experience. As I said, I would love you to share the same. And in a sense, that was the only thing I wanted to discuss this week. It's like this week I've had, I think I've said this in the past, and maybe every week is a moment of reflection, but this week has really been a moment of reflection for me. You know, I've reached, I think the 14 pound off mark is significant to me. In British, we count stones and pounds. We don't just do pounds. And I have lost 14 pounds, which is 1 stone. So if I was on any diet when I lived in the UK, you know, this would be the first biggest milestone. So I think I've hit that milestone. I've hit the 14 pounds off, and in reality, it's been relatively easy. It's really, Mounjaro has made it easy. So, you know, I've started mulling over and comparing in my head how I was with previous diets, and thinking ahead. As I've said, you know, if I can do this first stone, the 14 pounds, there's nothing to stop me going all the way. Oh, except there is. I might not be able to get Mounjaro again. You know, I managed to get the last prescription, but we're all watching closely what happens with regards to Mounjaro changing the details on the savings coupon. But at this point in time, I think I've got 6 weeks worth more, and hope I manage to continue with it. So really, that was all I wanted to share today. That was all I wanted to discuss. Let me know how you're doing. I love all the comments. I love hearing everyone else's experiences. And I will see you next time. Bye.